common things that we see are people really suffer with health and well-being. They really lack self-worth and confidence. They don't really have much belief in themselves. They've lost family, friends, connections, and they feel quite isolated. So the foundation was set up to try and help people sort of rebuild, regain confidence, and set themselves on a new positive way of living.
Because we're really putting responsible gaming at the forefront of this, and most gambling conferences shove it into a little corner at the back. They're more interested in showing the casino games or the latest product that they've got, and kind of safer gambling, player protection is always sidelined. Whereas we're putting it at the forefront, and we're getting in the room the safer gambling charities, the ones that support recovering addicts, the safer gambling teams, the people who take the calls from the gamblers, customer service teams. Like, anybody who's working in the industry is welcome to attend this conference. It's not just for C-level, as well as the regulators. The regulators are here in force. We have 5 people from the Gambling Commission here today.
So what's the answer? Legislation? Regulation?
You've spoken in your opening address about virtue signalling and box ticking. How much of that do you feel is part of what we're doing here today, and how much of it is genuine concern for this negative side to the industry?
I think the whole debate has shifted over the last few years. At one time, the emphasis was very much on the responsibility of the individual, and that it was an individual's responsibility to control their gambling behaviour. Now I think things have rightly shifted towards the corporate, and although there's a shared responsibility, there's a very important responsibility on the gambling firm to identify markers of harm, to identify problematic behaviour, and to engage with their customers to ensure that those customers don't continue to harm themselves.
Well, welcome to the 25th Ethical Gambling Forum.
I didn't know how to cope, I didn't know how to survive, and gambling was the thing that gave me the escape. It gave me an opportunity to run away from facing up to them problems, and it manifested into a big addiction. It's the only kind of place that I could go that actually I could just block out the outside world. It obviously made us feel good, the sort of endorphins and dopamine hits you would get from gambling was something that I craved, really, and it helped us escape, what was really going on in my life. And a lot of people said, they never knew, and that went on for a long time. It was 16 years in total that I was gambling, and the gambling also manifested itself into drinking drugs as well. So there was a lot of cross addiction as well. Once I tried to stop the gambling and got a little bit of help and support, I just kind of switched across to something else. At the time, nobody really kind of said that you need to work on yourself. You need to sort of sort out your demons, so to speak, and get to the underlying issue of what's going on for you. And it wasn't until 2018 when I managed to get myself into Sport and Chance, which is a rehab centre in the UK, that actually I was able to tackle all these things together and sort of get my life back on track.